Hey everybody, I've got something to show you guys today that I think you're gonna find absolutely awesome. I get asked often how to cut a good stringer tank top. And there's no way to really just articulate that, so we decided, hey, let's make a video and let's show you. I have a foolproof plan, okay, that will make it so easy for you to duplicate this over and over and over with such little time and effort, but getting a perfect result. So all you're gonna need is a shirt that you'd like to cut, that you'd like to turn into a tank top. You need a tank top that currently fits you well, you know, that has a good fit. It fits the way you'd like to replicate, okay? You need 2 pieces of cardboard. There's a box I chopped up, a pair of scissors, and a marker. Let's get started. What I have here are 2 different tank tops. This one was a Powerhouse Gym one. It's more of a traditional stringer tank top. It fits me pretty well. And I have here an older universal tank top. Obviously, it's a thicker cut, right? A little less exposure. Now, why do I have 2? Well, the reason is I like the back on this one, right? It's more open in the back. But sometimes on a stringer, you know, it's a little bare in the front. And I'm really not nuts about walking around the gym with my nipples hanging out. So this one is a little bit more filled in. So I'm gonna use this one for the front, and I'm gonna use this one for the back. It's basically, I'm gonna create like a hybrid tank top, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So check this out. Take a piece of cardboard, right? All I'm gonna do is take the piece of cardboard and slide it up inside the tank top. Just keep in mind, when you're making a tank top, the only part you're interested in is this up here, right? None of this down here matters. All you need is this neckline and then the cutout for your back, or if it's from the front, the cutout for the front. So along any tank top, there'll be a little seam, you know, where the front and the back meet. Obviously, make sure that that seam is right along the top of the cardboard. Make sure it's laid out flat. Before I go ahead and trace it, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the marker, I'm gonna trace it, then we're gonna cut that out. And what we're gonna end up with, something like this, right? That's a back, okay, for a tank top. What we need to make sure of is that the front and the back, that the strings line up. See how these line up, right? Before I go ahead and I mark this off, what I'm gonna do, because I'm using 2 different tank tops, if we were just using one, no need to do this step. But because I'm using a hybrid of 2 different tank tops, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the same thing with the second tank top. Up inside the tank top, make sure, same thing, you know, the side of the tank top has a seam. Make sure that's on the side of the cardboard so that it's even and that it's centered. So that's what it'll look like. So what we want to make sure is that both of these are going to line up. See, as you can see right here, you got this over here a little bit. We want to make sure that we're not going to be off. So maybe we just spread these red ones a little bit. Now, see, they line up. So now we can go ahead and we can mark off the red one. Now keep in mind, we're not making a men's tailored suit here, okay? We're making a stringer tank top. So, I mean, this doesn't have to be perfect, but doing it this way is gonna be 99% better than anything you're gonna do freehand. Unless you're, you know, a bespoke suit tailor, and I don't know about it, okay? So we've got an outline of the back of the tank top. Just to remind ourselves, back. Before we cut it out, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna mark off the front of that one. Right, and that's the front. Now, you see this is pretty wide, right? And I don't need it quite that wide. When I cut these out, I'm gonna work a little bit inside the lines. In fact, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to, let's see, I'm gonna mark it off probably about there, maybe even a little more. Okay, so probably about a good 1/4 inch I'm gonna come in off the markings I made, and I'm just gonna go around it, just right alongside it, and make new lines for the straps, because I don't want them cut too chunky. And don't get, you know, too worried about making this perfect, because just doing it this way, like I said, it's going to be better than anything you would have done freehand, most likely anyways. Now this obviously, you know, takes a few minutes to do, but once you do this, you never have to do this again. You're just going to save these patterns, and you always have them. Slap them on a shirt, trace them out, cut them, you're done. And when I match them up, the width of these, they're going to be pretty similar now. Right, so if you had a tank top, right, and you're holding up, that's more or less, you know, what it would look like, right? You'd see the back through the front. So now I've got my shirt. This is an animal shirt I've had for quite a while. It's nice and broken in. I'm gonna be sad to see it go as a t-shirt, but I know it's gonna make a hell of a tank top. So let's go ahead. Let's start with the front. So we'll position these right at the top, right? And obviously use the neck to make sure it's centered off the neck. We're gonna end up hacking off just a little bit of the animal logo. And probably when I mark this off, see how it ends up coming right at the bottom of the armpit, which is perfect, because we'll, you know, we can't leave any sleeves still attached. So it'll work out just right. Okay. This is the only part where I would say don't pay strict attention to the pattern, right? Because you want the straps to line up. So here I just kind of bend it back and make sure, you know, I just kind of continue the line from the front just to make sure it's lining up. And then once I get that, then I just continue to trace out the pattern. Now keep in mind, right? You've already done this. You don't ever have to do this again. Just stick these someplace, and anytime you want to make a tank top, you've got them, right? And then all you need to do, you can go right to this step where you could trace them and cut them out. Okay, so when you're making a tank top, the front meets the back, right? See how I did it? You need the front and the back straps to line up. Good thing to do, just start on a sleeve, right? Open it up. Make sure you're never cutting 2 layers of fabric at once. And obviously you're gonna cut just inside the line because you don't want any marker showing on your tank top. Don't pull the fabric too tight, just let it be relaxed. Otherwise you're gonna end up with a super jagged edge. In order to get rid of a little bit of that edge, just gonna, once you're done cutting it out, just throw it through the wash and the dryer, and it'll smooth out, it'll curl, and it won't look so, you know, homemade. Take your time, don't rush, because if you screw up now, you got to start over, and that's a pain in the ass. So, you know, don't try to make a Picasso out of it, but don't rush and fuck up either. There you have it. Try it on for good measure. So this is what it looks like on, freshly cut. Like I said, to try to smooth out the edges a little bit, we're gonna throw it through the wash, the dryer. Check out the back. As you can see, it's probably a little bit more open in the back. In the front, this is just what I like. When I wash it, I dry it, this is probably gonna curl a little bit and it's gonna get a little more stringy looking, which is just about perfect. I mean, it gives me a full open look of my shoulders and chest without any, you know, fucking nipples hanging out, which we don't need. So that's it. Right, now that I got these, all I gotta do is throw them on a shirt, trace them out, cut them, and I'm done. All right, guys, so that's it. I hope you found this helpful. We've got our patterns for future use. We've got our tank top. We put this one through the washer and the dryer. It smoothed the edges out a little bit. You know, you can see it starts to curl a little. The more you wash it, the more you wear it, you know, any little jagged spots, they'll start to smooth out. You know, you could go around with a pair of scissors and clean it up a little bit too. But that's it. I mean, this is the easiest, most reliable way to cut yourself a stringer tank top. Now it's, you know, it's duplicatable. You can just do this anytime you want. That's it. I hope you liked the video. Enjoy your new tank tops, and I'll see you guys soon.